Hi guys, welcome back to another video. I'm Ty and I'm sorry that I haven't posted in a long time. I think it's been like 8 months now. So today's video is going to be how parents can best support their trans children. So I came out to my mum as transgender, female to male, probably about this time last year. It was January. Beginning of 2020. I basically told her that I was trans. She asked how I knew. I told her about dysphoria and about the things that gave me an indication I didn't want to be perceived as female. She cried. I cried. She also told me that she needed a bit of time to get her head around it, which is fair enough when you're a child that you've known as female for 15 years. Suddenly, well, to them it's sudden. I came out to my friends 4 years ago, but when your child comes out as trans and you're not expecting it, it must be tough to take on. But my mental health isn't that great in the first place, so I already had a referral to CAMS, which in the UK it's a child and adolescent mental health service. So I've been with them since February, I think, and a few weeks after I'd come out to my mum, I had another conversation with her, in which out of that conversation I was basically told that I shouldn't tell anyone from CAMS that I'm trans, and right now I haven't told them. I'm literally at the same point I was before I came out, and the reason I came out was because I wanted things to change. I'm still getting dead named, I'm still getting misgendered in my own home. It's bad, but the one thing that has changed is I had the confidence to get teachers to call me by my name without it being changed on the register, because you need parental consent or a deed poll for it to be changed on the register. So this is, in my opinion, the best way to support your trans child. So the biggest and the easiest thing, in my opinion, to do is love them and be there for them, because they are going through such a hard time and they need you to turn to when they're struggling. Not having a parent there, or feeling like your parent doesn't accept you or doesn't love you just because you're trans or you're not who they want you to be, is such a burden to carry for a child. A burden that children shouldn't have to be carrying. I'm going to tell you up front, it made me suicidal. I've been dealing with suicidality for a long time, but it really hit me when I hit my 3 years of being out to all of my friends and nothing had changed. The next thing is try and support them the best you can. Try and find out information about how to get your child help in the country, whether that's gender therapy, whether that's going to speak to your doctor or GP, going to speak to a psychiatrist who specialises in gender identity and can help your child figure out if they are trans or if they're not, helping your child to get referral to a gender identity clinic. But that's all based on whether your child wants to do that or whether they feel ready to do that at that point in their life. Depending on what age they either come out to you or express in other words that they might be transgender. Ways that you can help them is, one, helping them pick a nickname for a younger child, or helping them change their name for an older child. Why I say a nickname for a younger child is because there is a possibility that your child can grow out of their gender dysphoria. Some do, but a lot don't, and a lot carry on having gender dysphoria for their life and end up transitioning. In the UK especially, one way to get your child the help that they need is by taking your child to the GP. If your child is younger than 16, they are going to need to be referred to CAMS first, which is the Child and Adolescent Mental Health Service in the UK. And there they will conduct their own assessment for your child's gender dysphoria, and based on that they will refer your child to GIDS, or the Tavistock, which is the gender identity clinic for under 18s in the UK. I appreciate that parents might feel like they're grieving a daughter or a son that they've lost, but one thing that I would say to do is not tell your child that you feel grief. That child is now carrying guilt of making you feel awful, or making you feel like you're grieving someone, like you've lost someone, because in actual fact your child is now living the life that they need to live in order to survive. 1 in 4 trans people commit suicide if they're not accepted by people around them in their life. The biggest cause is bullying. Most, if not all, trans people consider suicide. The rates of suicide in transgender youth is astronomical. It's absolutely huge, so it is crucial that you try your best to support your child in whatever way possible. And if it's just listening to them, letting them talk to you about what they're going through, giving them a support group that they can go to, taking them to therapy, taking them to counselling, taking them to the doctor, helping them get their name changed at school. One of the ways that you can get a name changed at school is by deed poll. A deed poll is something that says your child's birth name, the name that you gave them, and the name that they want to be referred as, and it legally changes that name, so you can then go and give that piece of paper to any place that their child might have their birth name, to banks, schools, jobs, colleges, unis, and you can go and take that piece of paper to them and then they can change things. You can also send that piece of paper off to get their passport changed. Another thing you can do to help support your child is there is a website called Mermaids, and it gives all sorts of advice for parents and trans people themselves to help you understand what either your child is going through or that your child is not alone, helping the child to see how they can get help in the future in regards to transitioning. And aside from that, you can also take your child to LGBT groups in your area, which will help them become friends with other people like them and form a better support network where they can talk to the people about what they're going through and be understood on a level that a parent can't understand because they haven't been through it. But most importantly, love your child unconditionally, because if you don't, you might not have one anymore. The bottom line is your child may see no hope, no support, no future, no way that they can get through the next year of living miserably in a body that doesn't belong to them, with no one to accept and love them for who they actually are. Just love your children. Thanks for watching. Please leave a like if this video helped you in any way, shape or form. My name's Ty Nicholas. Peace.